Hey guys, Immersed here and welcome to Shadow Priest Temple of the Jade Serpent. I thought I would do this video a little bit differently so I don't have to rush what each class gets new. So basically, I haven't even been queued for the dungeon yet, so I'm basically just going to go through what they get, their rotation, and what's different on them. So let's get started. First, let's see their core abilities. Shadow Word Pain and Vampiric Touch are dots. You keep them applied to the target, which is here and here. A Word of Darkness that causes 3,654 shadow damage instantly and an additional 25,578 shadow damage over 17.85 seconds. Very powerful dot. Vampiric Touch causes 21,528 shadow damage over 15.30 seconds. Each time Vampiric Touch deals damage, the caster gains 2% of maximum mana. Very, very good. Now we have a new resource up here. It's called Shadow Orbs. So there's two ways of generating them. You could do it through Mind Blast or Shadow Word Death, and you use Shadow Orbs to cast Devouring Plague and Empower Psychic Horror right here. So basically use when available, keep Mind Blast on cooldown, keep Shadow Word Pain and Vampiric Touch always on the target, Mind Blast on cooldown. Mind Flay is your filler, just use it when you don't have anything else to use. And use Devouring Plague when you have 3 Shadow Orbs, and Shadow Word Death when the target is below 20% health. So, let's get started. Basically, our single target rotation will look something like this. How I open is Mind Blast, Vampiric Touch, Shadow Word Pain. I'm going to fill with Mind Flay. Again, Mind Blast. Keep my dots up. I clipped them a little early there, but just to keep them up. Okay, right here you're going to see this, and this is Divine Insight, and what that does is basically makes my next Mind Blast instant. So there you go. Then right here you're going to see Surge of Darkness, and basically my next Mind Spike for per charge will be instant, and it won't consume my dots. Alright, so now that I have 3 Shadow Orbs, let's go over the entire rotation perfectly. Okay, so if this was a boss, I would go Vampiric Touch, Shadow Word Pain, Mind Blast, Devouring Plague, use Mind Flay. Again, Mind Blast, keep my dots up there right after. Fill with Mind Flay. Okay, I have an instant Mind Blast right there. Fill with Mind Flay. Keep my dots up. Use my instant Mind Spikes right there. Okay, 3 Shadow Orb to get my Devouring Plague up there. Keep my dots up. Instant Mind Blast and Instant Mind Spike. Another one. Fill with Mind Flay. And that's basically it. That is a single target rotation. Very, very simple. Very fun class. I really enjoy Shadow Priests. I really think they really got buffed. I really think they're going to be a lot more DPS, doing a lot more DPS than they originally could on live right now. I'm looking very forward to playing one on live. Alright, so I will see you guys in the dungeon. Temple of the Jade Serpent on a Shadow Priest coming up. Hey guys, and welcome back to Shadow Priest in Temple of the Jade Serpent. So one thing I forgot to touch on is my glyphs and my talents. So here are my talents. Void Tendrils, Body and Soul. From Darkness Comes Light, Angelic Bulwark, and Divine Insight. And basically I'll just point out 2 of them. I'm not going to go over all of them because in my Discipline Priest I'm pretty sure, or my Holy Priest when I did it. So basically how I get my instant Mind Spikes and my instant Mind Blasts is Divine Insight for my... It resets a cooldown of my Mind Blast and causes my next Mind Blast within 12 seconds to be instant and cost no mana, so that's Divine Insight. And my instant Mind Spikes is Surge of Darkness from Darkness Comes Light, from that talent right here. Periodic damage from your Vampiric Touch have a 15% chance to cause your next Mind Spike to not consume your damage over time effects, become instant cast, cost no mana, and deal 50% additional damage. So that's what I basically just forgot to say in the beginning of this video, but I just want to touch on it now. And also if you are curious to see my glyphs, I have Mind Blast. When I crit with my Mind Blast, they are unable to move for 4 seconds. Very useful for PvP, especially when the Mind Blast is instant. I have Whiff of Mind Spike. When you deal damage with Mind Spike, the cast time of your next Mind Blast is reduced by 50%, lasting 6 seconds. It can stack up to 2 times, resulting in an instant Mind Blast, and reduce the cooldown of Dispersion by 15 seconds. Alright, so again, we all know the rotation right now. It's I open up with Mind Blast, then do Vampiric Touch, put my Shadow Word Pain on the target, and fill with Mind Flame. Very, very fun, very simple, yet very powerful at the same time. So is my instant Mind Blast and my Mind Spike, another Mind Spike, and my AoE rotation is very, very easy. Basically just one button is Minds here. And also, the Shadow Orbs, just to make a comment on the Shadow Orbs, they don't degenerate. So basically, if I am on my Shadow Priest for like 4 hours and I have 3 Shadow Orbs, and I'm not in combat, they will stay as 3 Shadow Orbs until I spend them. So that's very, very good. Alright, so another thing that changed is Shadowy Apparitions. It had, instead of having a chance when your Shadow Word Pain hits, it's a 100% chance to summon one when it crits. So that's very good, and making crit a very viable attribute for Miss Pandaria Shadow Priests. So 56,000 Mind Blast there. Gonna get my Mind Zero just to help with AoE here. Okay, so I have 3 Shadow Arms. I'm going to spend my Devouring Plague. And also another spell that has changed is Vampiric Embrace, which used to be a buff you could just cast on yourself, but that no longer exists. And how that works is fills you with the Embrace of Shadow Energy, causing you and your allies to be healed for 50% of any single target shadow spell damage you deal, split evenly between them, lasting 15 seconds. So in heavy healing parts, it's really smart to use that there, because you can actually end up helping your healer, which, you know, is always a good thing to do. Just because your DPS doesn't mean you can't help out other roles. Another wise thing to do with Minds here, so you don't have to keep switching targets, is just cast it on your tank at the time. Granted, he's not dead, of course. And also I can see Shadow Priests in PvP being even more dangerous in Pandaria, just due to some of the talents they possess now, due to the healing of Shadow Priests it's very, very strong now for some reason. It could just be the state of the beta, it could be the state of my level in the beta, but it is very, very strong. Also, it could be because Blizzard is trying to make every class a little bit more versatile. You know, I do hope that's the case, because I do enjoy not dying in Battlegrounds on Shadow Priests. So I'm going to fill with my Mind Flake here. Instant Shadow Blast, get that up there. Use my shield with my Body and Soul to get just a little bit ahead of the stream. Okay, getting my Devouring Plague up there. Getting my Shadow Fiend up there for extra damage. Again, using Body and Soul just to escape here. Instant Mind Spike, 52,000. Okay, my Shadow Word Death will proc soon, giving me a chance of gaining a Shadow Orb. There it is, gaining 1 Shadow Orb right there. You only gain it on the first hit of Shadow Word Death, however. So because I know my shield will hold most of that damage, I do just kind of run across. Alright, and there we have it. And these wings that used to be Dark Archangel is my minor glyph. When you apply Devouring Plague to a target, you take on the form of a Dark Archangel for 8 seconds. I also have your Shadow Orbs now appear as Shadow Ravens. You see that around my character. And my other glyph that I'll be getting for my live character will be Shadowy Friends. Your Shadow form extends to your non-combat pets, which is... it's just awesome. It's pretty cool. You imagine a little fawn running around in Shadow form. No other fawn would want to mess with that one. It's just the dark side of Bambi, for Christ's sake. Okay, anyway. Alright, go right back into the game. Now right here, I will cast a few Mind Seers. However, I prefer to do single target damage when it comes to mobs that aren't dropping as fast. Like, if I have 3 elites right in front of me, I prefer to do single target, but I am just going to help out with the AoE here. Just for the sole fact that Mind Seer is not hitting that high right now, but it is hitting very, very frequently. Alright, so right here, we're down to single target. It is a very fun class. Like, if you have a Shadow Priest right now, you know, you are going to absolutely love... Holy, that's a nice pattern. You're going to absolutely love how Shadow Priests are going to be in the area. It's very, very fun, very easy, and very powerful. And our mastery, I believe, has changed just a little bit. Gives your periodic shadow damage spells a 31% chance to deal damage twice each time they deal damage, which is pretty good. Alright, just use Mind Seer to get him down to Shadow Word Death range. Neat looking dagger there. Okay, I'll be opening on this guy with my single target rotation.
From every letter of these sacred scrolls, corrupting them, defiling them.
Dropping him very fast. And again, just going to use Mind Seer here. Also, to help the tank if I wanted, I could use one of my talents called Void Tendrils to keep everybody in place. Summon shadowy tendrils out of the ground, rooting up to 5 enemy targets within 8 yards for 20 seconds. Killing the tendril will cancel the effect.
Cleanse this place of their foul presence. They are stories to rest.
And another talent, if you want to choose, would be Mindbender. On a 1-minute cooldown, grants an improved version of Shadow Fiend that is sustainably more effective at dealing damage and generating mana on a 1-minute cooldown. It's very, very, very good. And another one, if you want, is Power Word Solace, but for Shadow Priest, turn it into Power Word Insanity. Consume your Shadow Word Pain to deal 32,000 shadow damage to the target, only usable while Shadow Word Pain has less than 5 seconds remaining. So very, very good.
From what I see, we face the
Alright, so by now we all know this fight, including myself.
Let me shed some light.
Just gonna follow this guy and whatever target he attacks.
Angol was traveling across the Kunlai plains when suddenly he was ambushed by 2 strange creatures. For the ancients! The young Gaul attacked the beast with great determination and ferocity. Yet, the more he attacked,
Okay, and as you can see, he switched there.
true. However, when he let it alone, the beast shrank.
Gonna get my Shadow Fiend out. My instant Mind Spike. Okay, gonna switch again. Okay, Mind Blast and instant Mind Spike with another instant Mind Blast. Okay, he will be switching soon, it will tell you that, rather, sorry, by the stacks it has. So again, that guy will be immune in a few seconds. Use 2 of my Mind Spikes to get instant Mind Blast out there. Try and keep my dots up. Okay, that's instant. Get my Mind Spike out. Use my Devouring Plague. Reapply my dots. Get my Mind Blast out once more. Switch targets. Okay, get my Mind Spikes out. Shadow Word Death. Okay, and he is gonna go down. Switch. Alright, and there we go. Relatively simple.
Oh, you see, strife feeds on conflict. When you have peace in your heart.
Get my hunter up here. Pulling a panda is rather cute.
You have my thanks, heroes. You have given peace to this sacred. Now, off with you. I require meditation before I begin the restoration
Alrighty.
ritual.
Okay, the DPS decided to leave. But I really do truly love the state that Shadow Priests are in right now, and I really can't wait for them to hit live and see what kind of talent choices, talent combinations I can decide to make, and if I come up with a good one, I'll definitely bring a video out. And for PvPers out there, PvP Shadow Priests, this is another very, very good one to use. You can now cast Prayer of Mending, Renew, and Leap of Faith without canceling Shadow Form. That's very, very good. There's the Mind Spike glyph that I'm using, and if you wanted to reduce the cooldown of Psychic Core, you can by 10 seconds with this glyph. 53,000 Shadow Word Death. Alright, and more patterns. So I'm just going to get my Mind Blast out there to get 3 Shadow Orbs for when I do have to switch to AoE, rather single target, sorry. So I'm going to root these guys with Tendrils, and as you can see the healer walks away and that solves his problem. Not only good for PvP, for obvious reasons, if you have a rogue or 3 or 4, 5 melee guys on you, you cast it, you run away, you dispersion away, you know, you leap to faith away, body and soul away, you know, just get away from them. That's very, very good for PvP, but obviously also, as I just proven, very, very good for PvE as well if your healer's in trouble. So during this fight, if I remember, I will pop Vampiric Embrace and basically show you the healing it can do with my entire rotation up. Alrighty.
Your forces are weak.
So here we go. I'm gonna get my Devouring Plague up, my Mind Blast. Vampiric Touch and Shadow Pain. I'm going to pop my Vampiric Embrace, and as you can see, there's the healing. Very, very good amount. Okay, got my Instant Mind Blast up. Going to reapply all my dots. We'll get my Instant Mind Spike out there. Another Instant Mind Spike resulting in an Instant Mind Blast because of my Major Glyph. Alright, getting a lot of instants right there. Okay, I'm gonna get my Devouring Plague up. Shadow Fiend once this phase comes. Just to get it down as quickly as possible. It is a very dangerous phase if you don't know what you're doing. Okay, you gotta move out of these green things. Okay, keep moving. Okay, Shadow Word Death in there. 71,000 Devouring Plague. Alrighty. Shadow Priest will be a really big problem to deal with in PvP, I can see. Alright, making sure we all get in here. Get my Devouring Plague up so I don't waste my Mind Blast on clipping a Shadow Orb. And just trying to keep a watchful eye on my dots right before they fall off, reapply them. Alright, stacked on the tank here. Get my Mind Hero. Alrighty, back to the boss. Okay, get my Shadow Fiend out there to help with damage. Alright, once again, back to the tank. Alright, and let's try to finish him off before he goes back in the shadow phase. Alright, there we go. Congrats to the Rogue and Shaman. Alright, there we go, guys. That concludes the Priest version of our little series here. And this is the Shadow Priest in Temple of Jade Serpent on the Missa Pandaria Beta. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, be sure to subscribe, like, and comment. And as always, happy hunting, guys. Thank you.